Hi friends, I am Kalpun Piso. I'm a product of coitus. The soul does not exist. It's air in our lungs. The ancient Egyptians represents the soul as birds because they floated in the spirit world, which is the atmosphere. That's what the stars and the sun was suspended. And they consider the fire sacred, equated, the sun rays were equated with the penis. And the sperm, the river of life, reflected in the Milky Way. And you see here a bird that I saved. Of course, my dog Teufel wants to eat him, but I saved him. And then after a couple months, I released him. It was better. But he became very attached to me. He thought I was his mother. I released him, but he came back. And he was sitting over there, coming back. And all of a sudden, he landed on my head.
It's nice to be able to do that, to let a bird free. It's wonderful. Let me go into do his exercise. Be completely free instead of a cage. I don't like to have him in a cage, but I saved him. So at least he's a happy bird. He'll be staying in that tree there for a while. I have the cage open when he wants to come back. Oh, that's a guy that I thought I was a mockingbird. It lands on my head. Look at this. You see it land on my head? The one that I saved? Oh boy, I thought it was a mockingbird. It's actually a little dove. Oh, Rudy's laughing at me over there. Okay, bird. I have a dove on my head. And this is a bird of Venus. Interesting, isn't it? Oh, actually, this is better. Yeah, baby. Yeah. How you doing? Now you can see him better. Over my head.
Birds are messengers of the gods and carry the soul into heaven. Here I am in 1972 with a very dear friend of mine that died in 2009. Here's his deathbed. There is no such a thing as soul or anything. It's air in our lungs.
Yeah, and today is the 11th day of August. My good friend Richard Fisher died today.
Let's keep in mind, God is a creation of our brains. And when they malfunction, you accept all these psychotic things of reality. In the ancient world, the air was the spirit world, the atmosphere. And where the stars were suspended and all the gods were suspended. And the air in our lungs is the soul or spirit. In other words, there's no such thing as God. It's completely retarded and very stupid to believe that gods or souls and crap like that. And here is the bird that I saved. It was considered in ancient time to be a messenger of the gods, and that would take your soul into heaven. To the Roman emperors, the eagle will take him into heaven, as depicted here. Here, this is my coat of arms that happens to have 3 grackles of black birds. Here's one, a monument to a black bird in Colombia. And I'm here posing in front of this monument. These are amazing birds, these black birds. They have a very long tail, and they make the sounds like something like that.
I can't speak the language. This is Kalpun Piso. Kalpun Piso. This is my birds here. I can talk to them.
Exacto, sí. Óigame, por 17 personas. ¿Por dónde queda eso? Ajá. Bueno, ahí seguramente que se verá. Entonces, donde está la plaza, uno bajando, la plaza de Santo Domingo, donde está la iglesia, uno baja a mitad de cuadra.
And I have vultures here. Much better than eagles. They carry the souls to the heaven after they eat the flesh. And there he is. Many religions, they use the vultures to take the soul to the heaven by eating the pieces of the body that is decomposing.
Vega is fascinated by death in Tibet. He witnesses a sky burial.
Typical, see that?
On the bare rock face lay
That's right, Christian.
female corpses tied to boulders.
They believe in afterlife.
The flesh is cut off and the bones battered to powder.
Right.
In no time at all, the corpses lay dismembered and trampled.
And the birds will take them into
All
heaven.
around on the mountains, hundreds of hungry and greedy vultures.
Exactly, they will go into heaven.
That morning hour of the grisly vulture's meal was one of the most impressive experiences offered to us on our visit to...
Many ancient cultures have sky burials. The corpses are put in platforms and the birds come over and eat them and take the flesh to the gods, to heaven.
Friends, the vultures are flying.
And here's a lonely one, flying away, so I called him and he responded.
And they come over and drink water in this pool. I should charge them for it. Ah, you show your skills. Very good. Very good. Your flying skills, amazing. A good looking vulture. Oh, beautiful. Wow. This guy's recognized me. It's vultures. Say, no, it was me. They know it was me. Beautiful bird. They really know when somebody likes them.
Problem today in the United States of America. The psychosis, a schizophrenia-like disorder of belief in gods, in mythological things. And the culprit is, of course, the psychosis of religious faith. Christianity especially, Christ psychosis, which is, the Christianity is the belief of a resurrected zombie that saves with blood for the sin committed by a madman and a rib woman when they accepted a forbidden fruit from a talking snake in a garden. This is Christianity. It's bullshit. It's psychosis. It's a schizophrenia type disorder nobody seems to see. We are product of coitus. We are product of a sperm that fertilizes an egg, and 9 months of gestation, of mutations, proving evolution with DNA, end up creating an evolved mutated primate. Like we are. We are animals. We're nothing but thinking apes. We're crazy, freaks of nature. Apes. And people don't realize that. So God is a creation of the brain. It doesn't exist. There's as many gods as we can create. There's a reason we have tons of religious faith. Tons of them. And they all claim to be true. They're just like insane people, schizophrenics in an insane asylum, and each one accepts and believes that their delusions are true. And they can fight each other because of the delusions. That's what happened in all religious faith. Religion is organized as schizophrenia. Nobody seems to see it. And the greatest perversion is corrupting the children with Bible crap, with Mormon crap. These are disgusting, ridiculous books. This is accepted by children as true because they're children. And also retarded people with infected brains that are malfunctioning, mentally retarded people, they accept all these fantasies as true also. Conspiracy theories and the Yeti and the alien abductions and crap like that is produced by infected brain. And especially the brain is malfunctioning when the people are educated and they have a PhD degree and is still believing in flying prophets and sin and good and evil and the morality due to the belief of God belief and crap like that. That's disgusting. That's a psychosis, a mental illness. And these books would not be as bad. Religion would not be as bad if they were accepted as mythologies, just like this book is. And books like this, if an adult believes all this to be true and he has a PhD degree, he's a lawyer or is a pilot, the Flight 747s of the ocean, and he believes that this is true and this is reality, wouldn't you put the pilot in a mental institution and define him as a schizotypal? People would have a problem remembering function. But read this. Read all this contents of this garbage here. These are mythologies. None of this stuff is true. And they are translated into so many different languages. They all come from the mythology of the ancient Egyptian empire 5,000 years ago. With birds are sacred and the soul is, and these idiots don't understand that. The same thing with the Book of Mormon. They all come from all this Christian crap. So it is a malfunction of the brain. People don't understand it. So soul doesn't exist. It's air in the lungs. That's what it is. I can kill you by actually stopping you from getting in contact with the spirit world. In other words, if I do this to you, you will not bring the spirit and you will die of asphyxiation. And this is what the people that are infected with psychosis and with religious belief, which is a mental illness, just like a schizophrenia, don't understand. Only the ignorant, very ignorant, and children have an excuse to believe all this garbage to be reality. So, hey, facts talk, bullshit walks. This is what I try to tell people in my YouTube videos. They keep insisting, they go off the tangent. They never get to the main prime directive, the facts that I'm producing, which is we are product of a fuck, and we are emerged from our mother's cave, lacking belief on anything, and then we use our brains with the five senses to navigate the world. And people that believe the bizarre metamagical beliefs in a schizophrenic and in people that of faith, are exactly the same. One disease, another disease. So that makes religious belief created in the brain as a form of a schizophrenia, organized schizophrenia. That's what I'm saying. The ancients could not understand eagles. They were the sacred bird of many cultures, especially the Roman Empire. Here is the God and Savior Titus, surrounded by hallucinogenic flowers, going to heaven and carried to heaven by an eagle.
Here are Eagle Point, property of the Hualapai Nation, the true owners of the American continent. We are nothing but invaders. And here, Grand Canyon. They own 108 miles of it in the Arizona border. And this is the Eagle Point. And the reason they call it Eagle Point is because, as you can see, the eagle is a sacred animal, represents the sun god. In mostly all cultures have been the eagle as a sun god, like in ancient Rome. And here it is, the eagle in the rock formation. This was a sacred area. The eagle take the divine soul of the emperors after they were cremated in smoke to heaven in his back.
For this reason, many cultures wear feathers. They imitate birds. They sing like birds and do all this for the soul. Now notice the ribbons and the things that float in the air. They were all sacred. You see that in Judaism, in the Roman paganism, you have the little things that float in the air. And even in Chinese emperors have it in their crowns.
Beautiful.
The Psychotics are considered the crows evil because they didn't even understand these birds.
Oh, for the friend.
This is the problem with religious psychosis of Christianity. Christ psychosis, in stagnating intellect, keep people retarded, infect the mind of children. They don't teach them science. They don't teach them all these things to go in harmony with nature. They destroy nature.
Over 30,000 years ago, everything was rituals and involved birds and nature
and they all focus on the blessings of orgasm, the reproduction. But it was sacred. Sex was sacred in all these rituals. And also they use entheogens, hallucinogenic materials, along with the dance, and they had all this communication with the spirit world, all created in the brain. Dance for me. Dance, dance. I'm watching. Dance in my golden room. Dance for me. Move your body and your hands. Dance for me from my golden room. But I'm an evolved mutated primate that will decompose, get old, and if I'm lucky, 3,000 years, I could look like this. If I am mummified, thus gaining immortality. Anyway, many people say that I keep repeating things. Well, I do. I do. And that I'm arrogant. Well, I am, because I have a healthy brain, and I'm mentally healthy. I'm an atheist. And somebody say that I'm arrogant? Really? You know, I'm so arrogant that I say that I'm an evolved mutated primate, that whose shit stinks, that I'm on to, the only life after death I'm going to get is bacteria eating my rotten remains, that I'm just exactly like any animal, that I'm full of bacteria. That's arrogant to you guys? That's being realistic. That's having a healthy brain, not believing in the bullshit of religious psychosis, which is a form of neurological disorder like schizophrenia. You never see atheists like Dawkins and Harris and all that telling it like it is, like I do. They never do. And if they did, then they will make a point. And all the Christ psychotics causes and all the people infected with religious faith would not stand a chance, because Dawkins and other mentally healthy atheists that are scholars but blind would have been slapped all the religious psychotic nuts with the facts of reality, that they are product, we are all product of a fuck, we are evolved mutated primates, we create gods and all the bizarre metamagical beliefs and stupid nonsense with the brain. And if you accept them as reality, like all the mythologies and religious books, then you are retarded. In other words, you have a problem with your brain. But since it's an imaginary friend God that you believe in, the proper word is theotarded. It's like a stupid Christ psychosis infected imbeciles that don't realize that the word atheism means lack of belief. Lack of belief in imaginary friends. Put the name of your imaginary friend there. It's God, it's Zeus, it's Ahura Mazda, it's Jesus Christ, it's Allah, it's Yahweh, and all the rest of invented things. Just, you can create a God. You know, put the name of the delusion that you have. Let me give you some entheogens and you can write one of these stupid books. Use some drugs and you will write one of these. In ancient times they did. Today you will just start thinking in iPads that walk around and stuff, and characters, because you're in the present day 2012. So, and you're not in the 12th century. But if you were in the 12th century, you would create Bibles and crap like that if you just entheogens, because you had no idea that the brain was creating a thought. They thought it was the heart. So if you believe in God, you're a theotard, you have a problem with your brain. So if you believe in God, you suffer from a schizophrenia-like disorder, and you ought to go to a neurologist and get your brain fixed. A lobotomy will cure some God belief, in other words, Christianity, a fact. Sorry, truth hurts, but hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. If you believe in God, you're a theotard. Pace Diorum. Enjoy the truth.